Hey everybody, Heather from Hooked on Pickin here. We are glad that you are here for our live Q&A on Thursdays, where we talk about all things that you need advice on for online reselling. And so we're going to go over a fun topic, and this is a common question that we get pretty regularly. Paul's going to join me in a minute to be able to read all of your comments. Regularly. Oh, Paul's going to join me in a minute to be able to read all of your comments regularly. Oh, Paul's going to join me in a minute to be able to read all of your comments regularly. I always have that on to make sure we're streaming fine, and evidently I didn't turn the sound off, so that was my computer in the corner. So anyway, so this live Q&A is what kind of products should we sell? So we are going to go over that. We're going to answer a bunch of questions about that and give you guys as much info as we know. And then of course, we definitely want a good verbal interchange between what you guys do, because not everybody is set up like us. Some of you work on smaller spaces. I know like Lindy Glenn, she does mostly makeup and cosmetics because she has a smaller space. And then you've got other people, that do larger spaces. And so we want to definitely hear from you and find out what is going to work for you. First off, thanks so much for all your support, for always being here as a subscriber. Also, a special thanks to all my patrons. And also a thank you for all the congrats that we have been getting about the television show. If you guys didn't know, we're going to be one of the featured selling pairs on Extreme Unboxing on A&E that will premiere August 4th, which is actually just next Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern time. So we're really, really excited about that. And I'm curious to see how that's going to affect any of the reselling game. But I think we're doing pretty good, and there's plenty of liquidators to go around. So that's kind of why I wanted to talk about which products to sell and why we do any of the selling. So do we have some people online, Paul? Are we doing good?
Yeah.
All right. So we've got 30 watching now. If you love this content, please feel free to go ahead and give a thumbs up. Also, you are able to do, which is a donate option during the live chat only. So if you're watching this after the fact, you can't do a super chat. But if you would like to do a super chat, go ahead and shoot us, just a couple bucks or whatever, just as a thank you for all of the information we give. So we do have a notepad here because I'm definitely going to be taking notes during this one, hopefully to be able to utilize your guys' advice. And I really, really hope that you guys can utilize our advice, since we're going to be doing, giving out so much information. So do we have some people online?
Yes, Ashley Llewellyn says hello from Southern Illinois.
Hello, Ashley.
Leslie Hughes says good morning from Battleground, Washington.
Also, FYI, if you have not yet paid for your fire sale items, please do so. Otherwise, you'll end up on my naughty list.
Yep. Sadly, it wasn't still 3. We have 3 people that didn't send us any contact info.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
So if you are one of those 3, please email me at hookedonpickin.com or hookedonpickin@gmail.com. No G on the.
All right. After that, I think it's only 2 people haven't paid.
Yeah, from last week. We have a couple from previous weeks, but we're handling that.
It happens.
Yep.
Okay, Vintage Vanguard says hi. Pam Pilgrim says hello.
Hello,
Sandra Schmidt says good morning. Deborah says good morning to the Hooks fam. Catherine says good morning. Carol S. says, is there somewhere it can be watched online? The show? They have
an A&E app.
Yes.
So yes, you can actually download the A&E app. I think it works for like Roku devices and things like that. And so I think,
honestly, I don't know a ton about it, but somebody in church was in the same way. They were like, hey, we want to watch it. And they found it an ability to watch A&E online. So don't know exactly how that goes. Plus, A&E is going to do or already has a YouTube something, and they're going to have something for the show.
They're going to do, I think they might be doing some behind-the-scenes stuff on their YouTube channel.
I think so.
I don't know if it's full episodes or not. So anyway, don't know.
We haven't got to see anything they put on YouTube either, so it's kind of, when you see it, we see it. So it's kind of neat.
Let's hope it's good.
Let's see. Deborah says, I work out of my home. I have a storage unit the size of 2-car garage that I ship out of and store and list from my home.
Awesome.
Gina says, good morning, Heather and Paul. Catherine says, hi from Great Falls, Montana. Nene says, hello, guys. The Nicety Seller says, good morning, everyone. Vintage Vagabond says, hi from Pennsylvania, I believe.
Vintage Vagabond.
Great names.
I love it.
Alex says, hello from Southern Illinois. Anyone need some rain?
You can take ours, because we're like in a flood here. We actually had a power outage and everything from the storm.
Alex, if you're from Southern Illinois, we're from Southern Illinois. I wonder how southern you are. Let's see. Nene says, can't wait to see your show. Ben says, love your show. Ashley says, thanks, Heather. I got my package this morning. My dad will love the knives. I'm giving them to him for Christmas.
Awesome.
Speaking of knives, or as I wrote it on the whiteboard, Neves.
You spelled knives with an E in the middle. I was like, why does it say Neves?
It's the way it is in my brain.
Listen, it's all right. He can speak for a living, but he can't spell.
Never been able to spell.
Speaking of knives, as a nice segue, thank you for that comment. We actually have listed all the knives on Hooked on Pickin at prices that you're accustomed to. So the only two that I do not have yet listed, that will be listed later today, just because I ran out of time, was the Eagle Claw folder knife and the Eagle gift box knife. But the dagger with the stand that's kind of like a letter opener, the black bear knife, the horseshoe knives, the farmer's toothpicks, all of those are on there.
The battle mace,
the mace, the tomahawk, all of that stuff is already listed on Hooked on Pickin. So just search for knives and you will find them all.
Buy them knives. Okay, let's see here. Jana Hook says, good morning, kids. Good morning, Mom. How are you?
She's the best mother-in-law.
Best mother I've ever had.
Good job, Paul.
Fat Elvis Goods says, boom.
Boom.
I love that, Fat Elvis. Gina says, I work out of a one-bedroom apartment. I do clothing, and it's getting overwhelmed. Absolutely. Well, that's what.
Yeah.
I think yours was a little bit less than a one-bedroom apartment. She had, what, it was 200 square feet? 220 square feet. So, yep. Alex says,
don't worry, no matter your size, you still fill it up, because there's a reason we never show the other side of the warehouse.
Pretty bad.
Because it looks like a hoarder lives here. It's organized.
The problem I'm running into is I've got 2 pallets of winter stuff that I'm like, I didn't really want to post them in June and July, and then May you're kind of like, it's a lot of winter stuff.
We might start posting them now because I'm tired of looking at those boxes.
Maybe August. August sounds like a good time to start. I know pretty soon Walmart's going to shift.
August is in 2 days, so let's just start posting them.
Yeah, I probably should. So, okay, let's see here. Alex says, I'm about 30 minutes from you. Okay, well, good deal.
Awesome.
Well, hey, Alex. Alex says, would love to see your setup sometime. Give us a call.
Shoot us an email.
Contact us. So Heather will give you the grand tour. Margaret Hall says,
all 720 square feet of it.
Alex says, would love to see your setups. Oh, did I just read that?
Yep,
I did.
You did.
Sorry about that. Margaret Hall says, good afternoon, everyone.
How's it going,
Ashley
Margaret?
says, awesome, thanks. Anita says, good afternoon, Heather and Paul. The Nicety Seller says, Gina, I'm in the same boat. So, one of the biggest questions that gets asked, we're trying to go through our biggest questions list, I guess, is, what do you sell, or what can I sell, or what are the best things to sell, or help me, I need to know what to sell.
That's the most common question we ask ourselves.
Yeah. Yep.
So there's various different ways that you can go about this, but the best answer is everything. Okay, that was totally a cop-out.
It's a cop-out.
Yeah. So don't worry, I'm going to actually get specific. We do want to hear from you what kind of things that you sell and what works well for you and on what platforms, because depending on what platform you sell on really makes a difference. So, Paul, you kind of had some thoughts on if you sell specifically on Amazon.
Yeah, the thing you have to be careful with on Amazon is, let's say you just got your Amazon account and you're like, I'm going to go buy everything on the clearance and man, I'm going to make so much money. And you go there with your Amazon seller app and you scan things and these little alerts pop up saying, basically, you can't sell that.
Restricted.
You're restricted.
Yep.
You're gated is how Amazon phrases it in certain categories. So that can be really discouraging to people that first hop on Amazon. eBay has another issue where you go, all right, I got an eBay account. I want to sell everything that I can. And then all of a sudden you get on there and eBay says you can only sell 10 items or you can only sell 25 items. You only can sell 50 items in a month. And you're thinking, how am I going to make a living off of that? So there's all these little roadblocks of that. Now, there are some sites that have gotten very friendly towards resellers.
Mercari, Poshmark, Let Go.
Yeah, there are several. Facebook Marketplace is pretty friendly.
I think Kids In is one for kids' clothes.
Right. And there's a ton out there that you can start to discover. So Heather's right. You can sell just about everything, but it does depend on your platform, right? There's always some things that you're not allowed to sell on certain platforms. There's always certain things that like Amazon will restrict you in, eBay will restrict you in. And there's questions that you should really ask yourself, such as, do I have the space?
Yes. So
for
like,
this?
I know Lindy Glenn is another YouTuber that sells only makeup, mainly because she works out of a small space. I know some of you out there only sell clothing, just because of the platforms you specifically sell on. If you're primarily a Poshmark seller, clothing is going to be the way to go for you. And it also doesn't take up a ton of space. Like, household goods, sometimes when I buy pallets, one thing with buying pallets instead of cases is everything that you buy, there's a high probability you're going to get a huge giant luggage set. You're going to get a cornhole game. You're going to get a pet ramp that's going to be in a box this tall, and so do you have the space to deal with that? Now, if you're a flea marketer or a garage saler, absolutely. If you do Facebook Marketplace, absolutely, you can sell those large things. But do you even have the space to store it? And so I would recommend, we're going to kind of talk about what we specifically look for, because that's really all we can speak to, but we want to definitely hear from you guys. And in your space, how much room do you have, and what are the things that you guys sell and have seen success in, so that you can kind of share that with the rest of the audience. And that might be kind of food for thought or a light bulb for somebody who's wanting to get into this, not knowing where they should start.
Right. We made a reseller card list. It's been a little bit, and these were things that Heather and I would look for when we would go thrifting. I love to thrift. Heather likes more of the liquidation side of things than I do. I like
Believe it or not, I don't like shopping.
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, shopping for liquidation in the thrift store.
Yeah, I like shopping on Amazon.
So, but I love finding the deal in the thrift shop, and so I started making a list of things that I would just, every department I would look for. If they were there, then I knew that there was a chance to make money. That's on sale and hooked on Pickin. But
there's a digital copy of that on.
Yeah, there's a digital copy of that too. But there are some things to think through. Will it break in shipping?
Yes.
That is one of the things that it took me a long time to get through my mind, because what would happen is I would buy the item, bring it home, and Heather would list it. And
I would lose my mind every time that item sold, because it took me like 20 minutes just to package it, because I'm like, bubble wrap, put in a box, then put in another box, because it's literally going to shatter if anybody touches it. So, after lots of nagging.
Yeah. Well,
I finally was like,
it was good. I started helping her a couple of times package things. I went, oh my word, how is this even going to make it?
Like when you buy like lamps.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a cool decorative lamp. Yeah, it's going to sell, but it is a nightmare to ship, because there's no box that size. You have to bubble wrap it. You have to be creative. I have learned how to build boxes, things like that. One
time we found a great deal on decorative light bulbs. It was after a Halloween something, so it had all these cool little designs in the light bulb, and we're like, oh my goodness, we'll make a ton of money on this. We could sell it on Amazon. Yeah, probably a third of them got returned because they were broken. And they weren't broken when we shipped them, but they had to go through a series of drivers and trucks and shipping facilities even to get to the customer.
And they're light bulbs. They break.
So, I mean, there are some things to think about. Now, it changes per individual, such as those light bulbs. If you had a
flea market
or stand or a garage sale, or you had a little resale shop, those might be perfect for you, because you take them directly from wherever you bought them and put them right on the shelf, and they're not broken when the customer gets it, But in our line of work, no. I mean, we sell everything online, few things on Facebook Marketplace. But
Facebook Marketplace is pretty much just anything that's massive that I don't want to ship. And I actually still do ship quite a lot of the big stuff.
Yeah, you do. You do. So that was a big thing. You can sell everything, but
is it worth it?
Right.
So, because the one thing that I do have to say when doing any kind of reselling is, it becomes, once you start to have, I was actually watching you guys, and there was someone who made a comment about their death pile, and finding stuff is not the issue. listing it and getting it shipped out is the issue. And so if you have a ton of stuff, you're always going to have a ton of stuff. And so is it worth your time? That's the biggie with this whole situation is once you have a lot of items and you've got stacks and stacks of things, your time is worth way more than spending the extra 25 minutes where you could have listed 5 items on Amazon in that same amount of time that you're packaging that goofy lamp that sold for $10. You know what I mean? You could have 5 items listed that each sell for $5 and you've just made more money on Amazon than trying to ship that, weird odd shaped item. And so that's something that you have to recognize is that once you start really doing this regularly every day, time is money. And so you definitely want to look for the things that are going to be easier to ship, easier to sell. And then one thing I did want to bring up is products to sell. I love anything that you have to replenish. So what do I mean by replenish? Things that you can find over and over again. That's huge. So I will actually take less money profit-wise for an item that I know I can find over and over and over again because the listing's already made, and then I can just keep selling 100 of them. The other thing too with the word replenish is this thing going to have to be bought on a regular basis, such as
great point.
Makeup, clothing, shampoos, do they have to buy it over and over and over again? When it's awesome, you make so much money on that one Lego set. Great. But are they going to buy a second one of the same kind? No, they're not. But they will buy shampoo over and over again. I legitimately have 2 or 3 items I purchase off Amazon that I bought a subscription for. One of them being my favorite shampoo that gets sent to me every 2 months because I buy that over and over again. And so that's something to think about. So things that you can replenish and sell multiples of, but also things that other people have to buy over and over again. People are always like, ladies, shoes, right? We're addicted. And so women buy multiple pairs of shoes. Men's shoes, not so much, which I think is why our fire sales men's shoes don't sell as well.
Yeah, not as well.
I mean, they always sell, but mainly I think because we always have them priced right. But so that's another thing too is, is it difficult to wrap? Is it replenishable on both ends? Is it something I can replenish, or is it something that people need to replenish in their own home over and over again?
All right, let me catch up a little bit. The Nicey seller says retailers shift to fall after the 4th of July, officially August 1st. Yes. Kim says finally made alive. Alyssa's good morning from Wisconsin. Hello, Alyssa. Nene says, Heather, you have a wonderful speaking voice. Yes, she does, doesn't she?
Thanks.
She's amazing in every way.
Paul thinks it's wonderful until I fuss at him.
No, I don't. I love hearing your fussing. Ashley says, are you on the What's in the Box episode or Bow Hunting Blues episode?
Okay, I do know they're playing 2 episodes on Tuesday. I don't know what they're called.
Yeah, honestly, I never even looked.
We're in the second one.
I think we're in the second one.
I think we're in the second one.
Watch the entire hour to make sure that we didn't goof that up, though. So
yeah.
I think our DVR says,
what it's called,
when you go to the TV, you can even go out now.
Yeah, if you look in the description, it says the person's name.
It says our name. At least it did on ours.
The other thing too is if you watch, it's almost all the characters.
Yeah.
So there's 6 couples on the show, and so you'll be able to kind of meet almost all of them.
The intro has, I think everybody is included in the intro, if I'm thinking it right.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I haven't.
It is how when they're running the commercials, you see every couple at least a little bit. Okay, let's see here. Ashley says, I set the series to record. My kids are so excited. Susan says, good afternoon, Heather and Paul. Have been watching you guys for nearly 2 years. Awesome. Wow. Thank you, Susan. Tamara says, my fall stuff is going out now, but not Thanksgiving, just fall. Gotcha. Good call. Yep. Rafiq says, hi, everyone.
Hey, Rafiq.
Scott says, 1,500 square foot warehouse for Amazon stuff. I work my other platforms out of a storage unit in my garage and living room. Ooh. It's a total mess. Well, you got some space, though.
You do. You have double what we have.
Double what we have. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah, 1,500. Whew.
Kim says, I do have to say this about space. no matter the space that you have,
you will fill it.
You will fill it. We have good friends down in a town not too far from us. They have a ton of space. They fill it. You know, it's just a part of the reselling. You know, if you see a good deal, you want to buy. You know, and there are good deals that pop up. And you got the space, you can take advantage of that.
You just gotta sell it.
And you got to sell it, and that's hard sometimes. Kim says, good afternoon. I always hear you guys reference a good sales rank when listings. Can you tell us what is a good sales rank for particular categories?
Okay, so I really should make a sales rank card. Because it's really specific. But rule of thumb, I like to stay under 100,000 for most categories. There are a few.
That's incredibly hard to do.
It is hard to do. There's a few that I'll wiggle room on. So like, I like to stay under 100,000. Is it realistic when buying liquidation? Not necessarily, especially even buying new wholesale. So under 300,000 is usually kind of my rule of thumb. There's a few categories I'll go higher than that. Clothing being one of them, just because every single size, like this shirt has multiple sizes and each size has a different UPC. So the category is just enormous. Books is one that I'll kind of go up to $1 million. Clothing, I'll try to stay under 750,000 usually with clothing. And then what's another one I kind of go high with?
Well, we'll go high in toys.
Toys. We go up to about 500,000 comfortably with toys.
Or $1 million, depending.
Depending on what it is.
So the rule of thumb is it's like golf. The lower the number, the better that it sells. Now, there are always those exceptions to the rule, such as Christmas sweaters. You know, the ugly sweaters sell great the month leading up to Christmas, but guess what? Right after Christmas, you can't move them.
So they're going to have a really high sales rank if you go to list it in September. You know, they're going to have a phenomenal sales rank in January because they just sold really well. Right. But just recognize that's inflated Christmas sales.
What Heather's trying to tell you is there is a lag time in the sales because the number goes down for how well it has been selling. So you're always looking at how it sold in the past, just a little bit. So, but if you hit on a hot toy, you know, sometimes you can even sell something in the top 10. It's really hard to do. Usually when it's a top 10, top 100, you'll find that Amazon moves right in there and it just shuts you out. We had, when Fortnite was popular, maybe it's still popular, I don't know, but when it first came out, Walmart was selling Fortnite Monopoly. And we went in, we bought Fortnite Monopoly because you would buy it at Walmart for, I think, $14.99, and you were moving it on Amazon for $80 to $90. And Walmart was having a hard time keeping theirs in stock. And the sales rank just dropped drastically on that. You know, it was like
a great sales rank.
It was like 27, I think, at one time. So it was just, you knew as soon as you sent it there, it was going to sell. And I'll tell you, I think sometimes even before Amazon had it in its possession, it was selling en route. You know, I'm not sure about that, but it almost felt like that. So it was awesome that it was doing. Walmart figured that out, but they don't understand the market of how online works exactly. So Walmart dumped hundreds, if not thousands, of Fortnites onto Amazon and
sold it for
$14.99. And it was just kind of like, well, that's not going to work, you know. After Amazon fees, I'm sure Walmart has a deal with Amazon, but for me to sell it for even what Walmart was selling, of course, I would make no money, but even Walmart can't be making a ton of money. So things constantly are changing that way too with sales ranks. So, and you can find everybody has a different idea and threshold of what they would sell. Technically, you can sell something with no sales rank. We have.
Yeah, we have.
We've done that before. It's just, you know, it went out of stock and nobody was buying it.
Yep.
Okay, let's see here. Scott says, deal mainly in personal care. Is what Scott does.
Okay.
Tamara says, know your market.
Yes.
It's good. Maria says, hi, Hooks family. I know you guys are busy and hardworking family, but have you thought of making a reference video, a how it works for your fire sale buyers that you could refer people to?
That's actually a really good idea. Basically,
how our fire sales work?
Yeah, basically an instructional video on how a fire sale works.
Yeah.
That's actually a great idea.
Heather tries to explain it.
But it's hard in the heat of the moment.
Right.
During the sale.
You bet.
We'll be here tomorrow at noon for a fire sale. We've got some fun, unique things that will be on there.
Yeah.
You saw some of the shoes, so that was cool.
Shoes, some clothes, some knives.
Makeup. We're going to do some makeup.
Makeup? Yeah, we have makeup this time.
Yep.
Okay, let's see here.
We're doing makeup lots.
Yes. Ashley says, have you had any better shipping with the lamps that you've been getting prepackaged in your pallets lately?
We do
Just
okay.
Bought 3.
Yeah, we just bought 3 new housewares pallets, so those will be up and coming from our buddy Karz. And so we'll have some up and coming. UPS is usually the best way that I ship with those, just because they do a pickup.
Yes. Let's see here. Tamara says consumables sell well for her.
Yep.
Yep. Karina says, how to understand Amazon payment. I sold several items and my money that is available is like 40% of what I sold. Welcome to fees, friend.
Yes. So generally, 35% is what you get off of fees.
30 to 35.
But what you have to remember too is a lot of times, depending on how you set up your account, your monthly subscription comes off that if you do have a monthly subscription. And then anytime a return happens, that's there. And they usually hold the item's funds also until it actually arrives and the customer has had it in their possession for a while. And so if you don't see the number upticking very fast, that might be part of the reason why. But just take into consideration, sometimes there's returns, sometimes there's shipping costs that are all calculated in those fees. And yeah, they gouge you.
Yeah, the other thing about Amazon when it comes to a return, somebody, they bought that, let's say, a pair of jeans that you had put on there, and they get their pair of jeans and it didn't quite fit. Well, let's say they bought them for $40. When they return them, bam, that money that you had seen in your account just vanishes.
Yep.
There's no recourse for you. You can't say, now wait a second, those were fine. Or even if they say, well, it was damaged, or I didn't like yada yada, and you're like, no, it was fine. It was totally fine. There's no ability for you to bargain with the seller. There's none of that. Like a lot of like eBay, Poshmark, they have an ability for you to say, no, when I shipped it, it was fine, or you can show pictures, or they have to show pictures. Amazon is a one-stop of, yep.
Return everything.
Return everything.
No matter what.
Anyway, so.
They're definitely pro-customer, not pro-seller.
That can get sucked out of your account very quickly.
Yep.
Jeanette says, hi. Scott says, I always put a high value on how many total reviews the product has. And that's a good idea.
Yep.
That is a good idea. That's kind of the hard thing when you're trying to private label an item because you don't have any reviews.
Right.
If you try to make your own item. Anita says, I work out of one of my bedrooms and it's filling up fast. We're looking into an insulated shed. It's not a bad idea, Anita. Not a bad idea.
Yep.
Michelle says, hey, just jumped on late. Hello, Michelle. Kim says, I appreciate you answering my question. I've been watching you for over 3 years, began selling part-time after watching you, and moved to full-time about a year ago.
Nice.
Thank you for all your advice. Well, way to go, Kim.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully things are going well for you.
Keep rocking it out, Kim.
Good job. Deborah, she's kind of giving you her specs. She says, I have a 30 by 40 air-conditioned storage unit. She pays $2.99 a month, so my home is mine. I only list from my home. Very good. Zaire says, hi, Heather and Paul. I sent an item to Amazon FBA, and a week after I received an email saying I was reported by the manufacturer to Amazon. I was selling their products. What should I do because Amazon lets you send it in?
Oh, this happens to me all the time.
Yep.
Okay, so basically what happens is you go and you do your due diligence in looking, can I sell this item? Am I restricted? All of those things, you get no red flags. Awesome, I can sell this. I can sell it in new condition. You do have to watch that because sometimes you'll be allowed to sell an item, but maybe only in used or collectible condition. So just be aware of that when you're listing. But this has happened to me multiple times. And what happens is, that specific distributor or manufacturer basically wants exclusive rights and has exclusive rights to that specific listing. Okay, so you cannot list under that listing, but you did not do anything wrong by sending it in. Sometimes it's like it doesn't get flagged, or the person didn't realize they were supposed to set it up with a restrictive basis when they created the listing. And so it basically doesn't flag until it arrives at the fulfillment center. And then once it does, you get one of those joyous emails basically for an IP claim, which is an intellectual property claim, or a, hey, you're not allowed to sell on this. Do not, I repeat, do not mess around with those emails. Just remove your item and delete the listing. Create a removal order saying, I'm sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to sell on that specific listing. I will remove my item right away, and do that, because you will put your Amazon account in jeopardy. The first time I got one, I thought, oh, you know, on eBay when people try to kind of scam you and try to get only their item listed, I thought it was something like that. And so I emailed back and forth, and about the third email, boom, my account got suspended, and they kept all of my items and they froze all of my money. So when you get an IP claim, do not mess around, you know, unless you have a direct distributor and you're getting it direct distributor and you have proof of all of that, which is unlikely if you're getting things from thrift stores, retail stores, or liquidation. You will not have any of that kind of proper proof or documentation. So unless you're private labeling something direct and it's your item, then don't mess around with those. Just remove it. Get it back in your possession and sell it on a different platform. That would be my suggestion.
Yeah.
You don't want to mess around with those, but you didn't do anything wrong. That happens to me a lot. It'll hit the warehouse, and then all of a sudden that listing, the person who owns that listing gets flagged.
Yeah. Amazon, it's their sandbox. You got to play in it. And if they send you, now if you get an email from or a letter from that company, I wouldn't worry about it as much. But when Amazon sends you something, don't mess around. Also, if you delist it, and let's say you buy a lot of stuff all the time, you need to have a list of...
Do not send to Amazon.
I cannot send this product to Amazon anymore.
Because they may not have updated their listing. It may be the next time, like 7 months later, you get that same item in a liquidation box and you go to scan it and, hey, I can sell it. And you forgot that that was the item that you got flagged on, and you send it in again, they will automatically suspend you. They don't give you the time to respond. They just say, you listed under a listing and this is just the second time you've done it, boom, and they will automatically suspend you. Because that's legitimately what happened to me. Mine was the second listing of a product.
Right. Okay, the Nicety Seller says, I find that I have trouble selling certain things because I'm in a city area. Do you find that your location works in your favor when selling locally?
I think yes, because I think we have a lot more bargain hunters around us. And you have to also remember how to price your items. And so being in a city, you may have to adjust it just because specific items might be more readily available, like on the Facebook Marketplace. You know, you might have 20 people selling a makeup lot, rather than around me, there's 2 or 3. So I think it makes a difference. I think that's why selling online is such a benefit, because no matter where you live, you pretty much open up the world to yourself. Yeah. I would recommend too, like if you've got shippable items that you want to sell and you've are struggling with them locally, maybe open up the international market. eBay, and I know Hooked on Pickin, we sell internationally, and that's been really, really a good thing, because Aline can attest to this, and some of my other viewers, Sunshine Badges and more and stuff like that. Sometimes you can't get stuff in other countries that we have readily available here. Mm-hmm.
I think living in the country like we do, it's surprising to me how many times somebody comes to pick up something from Facebook Marketplace and they go, hey, you're so-and-so, or we know each other somehow. Or we have mutual friends or something like that. So small towns kind of help with that. People feel a little safe. Everything already is spread out. You think of the COVID idea is, ooh, do I want to be showing up to somebody's neighborhood to buy something? Well, we got 1.5 acres here, so we can spread out all day long, right. just in my home. So in a lot of homes are just like this, so people feel a little bit more safer. The whole social distancing, we've already been doing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's see here. Rafiq says, my daughter and me are thinking of it also. Michelle says, just started selling on Amazon, nervous and excited.
Yep.
Deborah says, pretty soon I don't think there'll be any more third-party sellers on Amazon unless you are a direct distributor for all the companies.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, if you're Amazon, you're pretty much taking 30% of a cut for people who have to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
To get the items there. You pretty much are paying, like Amazon is pretty much paying a finder's fee.
Right.
Is essentially what they're doing.
There's a reason why Jeff Bezos is probably one of the wealthiest men in the world right now.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Vintage Vagabond says, I've been selling online for years. I just started on Amazon too. Thanks to you both. Thanks for all your useful Amazon info.
Sure.
Zaire says, thank you so much for the information. Golf Rain, why don't you share your Amazon store link? Why don't we share our Amazon store link? Do we not share our Amazon store link? Don't? Okay. Heather
because right now I barely have anything on Amazon because I've been selling everything in the fire sales.
Well, yeah, we got 250 different listings.
Well, and part of the reason I don't sell my Amazon store link is because you could go to my Amazon store and you can click on my product, but then you'll go to the product listing, and if someone has adjusted their price lower than mine, you won't be buying from me. You'll be buying from that other person.
True.
So each stock photo has multiple sellers, and if they happen to have the buy box before me or in the last 2 hours have changed it, since you clicked on the whatever, then you won't be directly buying from me. And so it's hard to that's why I don't share my link, because if I did, you wouldn't necessarily always be buying from me, and that may affect your opinion of me if you bought this widget that's completely destroyed.
Right.
And so I can't control which one is actually the buy box.
That's a good point.
Now, you can go through and try to find us, but it's kind of a headache. And so that's partly why I don't do it, because I don't want to really risk my reputation on people buying from that listing, but then ending up buying from Joe's Books instead of
I didn't even think of it that way.
Yeah.
Didn't think of it that way.
So that's partly why I don't do that.
That's a good point. Like on eBay, if you went to our eBay store, you would just find our stuff. Hooked on Pickin, it's just our stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're right about Amazon. Okay, let's see here. Let's hear the distributor. Thank you very much.
Oh, here's a question I want to ask while you're looking for comments. So this was basically a live stream on what do you sell, and we gave a lot of advice on what do you guys sell, and we're kind of reading some of what you guys sell, which is awesome. But I have been noticing in my analytics on Hooked on Pickin that you guys have been searching for some pretty interesting things. One of them being the knives. So we did list all of the knives on Hooked on Pickin. So if you're interested in some of those fun gift idea knives, they're just really cool. They are available on Hooked on Pickin, so you can buy them anytime now. And if anything is out of stock, we'll definitely reorder and try to replenish that as soon as possible. But what else would you like to see on Hooked on Pickin? The reason I'm asking this question is that I have shopped a couple of times on Poshmark, and it's frustrating to me to have to pay almost $7 to ship one shirt. Would it be better for us to list the shoes and the clothing items that you guys are interested in that maybe don't sell in the fire sale? Would you prefer to see them on Hooked on Pickin? Or are you okay with going to Poshmark and possibly bundling from our Poshmark closet? So that's a couple of things. Would you like to see the makeup? Would you like to see some of the other items that you have seen on our other platforms? Like if you go to Poshmark, we have hundreds of clothing items for sale, but would you prefer to see that on Hooked on Pickin instead? And so that's something that I wanted to kind of ask. What would you like to see us put on Hooked on Pickin? And what would you like to see us sell more on Hooked on Pickin? And if you have a new product that you'd like to see us sell on Hooked on Pickin, let us know, because I'm sure that we can use our gifts and talents to find them. Do we have some more comments?
Yeah, let's see here.
Hey, we're at 95 watching, 25 thumbs up. Hit that thumbs up button.
If you'd like to hit the thumbs up, feel free to hit thumbs up. If you'd like to buy Heather a coffee, you can feel free to hit the donate button. Scott says, on Amazon, I look to see if the brand is one of the sellers. If so, I send it to another platform. Sophia says, hello from the Netherlands. Do you only have 1 week vacation in the USA? We just started our 3-week garden holiday. It'd be amazing to have a 3-week garden holiday. No, our vacations are based on our work.
Employer.
At least that it is
So
for
like
mine.
if you work at a place for a very short time, you might only get 1 week or no vacation, and then as you work there longer, you accrue more weeks of vacation depending on what
Usually.
setting you work in. If you're a part-time worker, generally you don't get
Sure.
offered vacation. And then my vacation is whenever I want to take it, as long as I can get all the work done.
Yeah. Yep. No, it's been good. The church is incredible where I'm at. So they just started giving me, I think it was a year or two ago, 3 weeks of vacation.
Yeah,
So
so he gets 3 weeks.
it's awesome.
It'll be hard to use the 3 weeks of vacation.
Hard this year, I think.
Yeah.
We always take a week around Christmas, but we were gonna go to DC and gonna go do a beach home, that kind of thing. Well, both of those plans fell through. We went to Gatlinburg. We were able to do that, but
Yep. If you haven't seen our vacation video that I put out last
Yeah.
week, it's super fun.
yeah.
We went to Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge.
And frankly, the only way we're able to really afford going on vacation is this lady right there.
Reseller business.
Right there. So
We stayed in a nice place, too.
yeah. Okay, Sophia says, hello. Oh, no, I read that. Scott says, most Amazon sellers will not offer their store name because we are afraid to share to other sellers what we're selling. You know, I guess there is some of that. You know, if you find something on wholesale that's selling well, you don't want somebody to come in and undercut you. So it's a little doggy dog there.
You can't give away all the secrets.
Can't give away all the secrets. The Nicey seller says, I kind of agree, Deborah. Amazon is making it harder for third-party sellers to sell on their platform.
I do agree.
Just remember this. Amazon does not care for you. Let me repeat that. Amazon doesn't care about you. Lovingly said, Amazon doesn't care about you. Doesn't care about the buyer. Really doesn't care about the seller. Cares about the buyer a little more than the seller, but not a whole lot more. Okay? Because they know they're a juggernaut, and there ain't nobody going to take them down unless the Lord God wants to take them down. Moving on. Okay, let's see. Maria says...
That was a Paul rant.
Thank you. Maria says, what's up with the clipboard? Clipboard.
Oh, I was going to write down some
Clipboard
ideas.
and pens, yes.
There you go. There's the back side of the warehouse. You got to see the mess for a minute. Hey, we're back.
You got to see the mess for a minute.
Yep.
It's full of boxes right now.
Full boxes right now.
Those are empty boxes, though.
Yeah.
Those will be good for shipping in a little bit.
Sorry about that. Anytime we buffer, we're always back in just a second. I don't know why YouTube does that.
Yep.
But it does.
Let's see here. Maria says, yeah. Ashley says, vacation for the resellers. This, that, and the other two says, please keep my family in your prayers, burying my biological father tomorrow.
Oh.
Kim says, when I have sent in some clothes and priced them what I thought was reasonable, Amazon deactivated them for pricing and forced me to lower it. Have you had this happen? And have you dealt with the issue?
Yes. So they have kind of something set in place so that people don't price gouge, and that's the main reason for it, which is super frustrating because if the market wants to sell it at $40 and people are willing to spend $40, why not let them pay $40? But sometimes they like to keep specific items within a basic range. And part of the reason might be there might be other sizes of that same item, especially clothing, that they're all selling at $14.99. So you pricing it at $40 is a little bit outrageous. So then when people go to the listing, it shows $14.99 to $45.99, which might be where yours is, and so they don't want to see that wide range of a price gap. And so basically, you just are required to have to lower it to get it within that range. So just be aware of that if there's a really tight kind of window in there.
Very good.
But yes, I've dealt with that regularly.
Jacqueline, Mom Fan 1 says, Amazon fees are making more than me. We have the same thing sometimes. We're just kind of like, who's making the money on this one, friend?
Yeah, if you ever watch our listing videos, there's sometimes I'll sit at the computer and I'm like, you know what? We're going to sell this on the fire sale, or I'm going to put it on Hooked on Pickin, because by the time, like, I'll have a small item that I think, okay, fees should be maybe $2-3 on it, and they charge $9 in fees. And I'm like, there goes all my profit. Why would I even do that? And so a lot of times I will just put it on the fire sale or put it on Hooked on Pickin because it's a lot better option.
Very good. I think I always pronounce your name Zaire, but it's Zaria maybe? And forgive me, sometimes my reading skills are not off, but she donated $4.99, $5.
Nice.
Says, thank you, Heather and Paul, for all the information you've given me. It really means a lot. Blessings. Thank you very much for
Thank you
doing
so
that.
much for the
very,
donation.
Very kind. Mandy Cleveland says, yeah, those personal peeps at Westgate are awesome.
They are.
Westgate's a great church to be a part of.
It's awesome.
So they've been a huge blessing. You hear horror stories of being a pastor sometimes, people giving you grief and difficulty. Westgate is really a blessing to be at.
We're going to be at Westgate forever.
We're hoping to. As long as the Lord wants us to be there, we'll be there. But they're true servants. They want to serve Christ. They want to do something.
They're normal people.
Yeah. No one's trying to be better than another person, It's not high class feeling, high church feel to it, It's, come share your sorrows. People, and they hear a message, they usually come forward. They want to have their heart right before the Lord. So it's really encouraging. It's a great church.
I always have the link in the description for
Westgate.
Westgate.
But it's a great church. If you're ever in the Trenton, Illinois area,
come visit.
Stop by the church. That'd be awesome.
Hey, I just got a message from one of my friends saying that they put our picture on the A&E Facebook page.
Bam. We're on the Facebook page.
Anyway.
Ashley says, praying for this and that. Yes.
Yep.
Golf Rain says,
for you.
Maybe your website needs more fun boxes.
Okay.
Write it down. Fun boxes.
Fun boxes.
Candy and toys. So let me ask you, do you want us to put clothes on Hooked on Pickin? We know that we'd probably make the most money because there's little to no fees on our own shop. We don't charge ourselves for putting something on our own store. But I don't know if people would go and actually buy it there. Our traffic right now is pretty standard, 100 to 120 views a day. We've tried to get it connected to Google Ads, or not Google Ads, but the Google search, and that kind of stuff, but it seems to stick right about there. So I think the majority of people that go to our site are people that find us on YouTube.
Yeah.
I think that's driving it.
We might get a few more with the show.
So what would you like to see on there? Just throw it out there. I will put it on there.
Fun boxes, candy, toys. We do have some toys. We just recently put some nostalgic wooden toy lots. We love to do lots.
Yeah, slime lots.
Slime lots.
Wooden toy lots.
What's the other one we have?
We have a garden lot.
A garden lot.
Yeah. I think those are only 3 lots that we tried to do.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Ashley. Yeah. Ashley says yes for clothes. Okay. Susan says, yes, more clothes, especially plus size. They want plus sizes. I think I just found a wholesale vendor that I can buy. Looks like decent plus size.
Brand new, too.
Brand new.
Oh, hey.
So
we're getting some boxes from 888 Lots. I'm super excited.
Yeah. These are electronics.
Electronics boxes.
Electronics. We don't usually do that, but I think it's a good deal.
I saw some camera lenses, and it looks really cool. So
okay, you ready?
Yes.
More stuff that they say.
Okay, ready.
Ashley says, I want to see more clothing boxes by size. By size.
Oh, like the boxes.
Those
we
mystery
currently
boxes.
have the clothing boxes by size. We actually need to go through and create. We're actually going to make some more probably in the next few weeks.
We'll have to.
Yeah, because we're selling out of some of ours. So we have 5 articles of clothing where you get 5 tops or dresses.
I think I only have the small sizes right now.
Yeah, right now we're kind of in the petites and extra smalls, but we're going to try to make some bigger sizes fairly soon.
There you go. Let's see. Catherine says maybe teacher boxes.
Ooh. So what would be in a teacher box?
Teacher box.
I'm guessing dry erase markers for sure. But yeah, tell us what you want in a teacher box, because I know I got a guy who we can get a bunch of notebooks from and pens.
That's
and
true. We do.
And
like a back to school box, maybe.
Yep.
Let's see here. Michelle says reseller boxes is what she wants to see. Michelle.
Oh, so like stuff you can flip reselling.
Oh.
That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, we could try.
Because we have so much stuff that we sometimes can't quite get to.
Debbie says, yes, clothing, shoes, makeup, more variety in household goods. It sounds like she wants it all. Ashley says, yes, plus size, large, extra large, and extra, extra large. That's what they'd like.
Large, extra large.
I'm assuming you guys want new clothes, right? On that, do you guys like the brand Yetley? You know anything about Yetley? I'm in talks with them to be able to start trying to get
I love their tops.
on them to sell.
They're cute.
We have sold a few of their things from, I think we get some of their stuff from bulk. But I just looked at the brand and I tried to go straight to the manufacturer to go, hey, would you work a deal with us? So I think I can make that work.
We
but
might cut out the middleman.
Do you like that brand, Yetley? I don't know. I don't know if it's like a hot brand or not, but let's see. Maria says kids clothes. She would like kids clothes on there.
Oh, we have a lot of kids clothes.
Brett says, where do y'all buy shipping supplies?
So I get all my shipping supplies. I get a few things offline, just eBay or Amazon, but the majority of my shipping supplies, I actually have linked down in the description below, is the St. Louis Paper Company. And I work with a guy, Matt Ulrich, and he actually is a local guy. His wife teaches at the school here, at the middle school. My kids have had her as a teacher, but he lives in the town 9 miles south of us. So he's a local guy and he can ship it to you. So he drops ours off to us because he lives so close to us. But he actually, the majority of his clients are people he ships to. So just check the link in the description below. Give him a call. Tell him what you need. But I have like my standard, I will always buy tape from him. Let him know you saw him on...
Best tape ever.
Yeah. You ever have the humidity kind of peel the tape up or it doesn't stick as well? Best tape ever. So just tell them, say, hey, I saw, I got your info from Hooked on Pickin, Heather from Hooked on Pickin, and you know, hey, can I have the tape she always gets? Can I have the brown paper she always gets? Can I have the boxes she always gets? So I have my standard boxes that I always order from him, and they're double walled and awesome. So anyway, sorry, I could go on for days. He's an awesome guy.
He is a good guy. Let's see. Jacqueline says, yes, definitely clothing, but plus size and wide for shoes. You want to put it down, wide for shoes. Let's see. Debbie says, maybe you can phase out Amazon and places with high fees. I mean, honestly, Debbie, that would be the real hope that we could eventually do that one day.
We kind of already are with the fire sale a little bit.
The fire sale's helping a lot.
I make a lot less on Amazon just because I'm not sending as much. Now, I do still send some stuff there because I can sell it for such a high price in comparison to what I would feel comfortable making fire sale people pay for.
Right. Let's see. Luella says, I would definitely be interested in reseller boxes.
Okay.
Catherine
reseller boxes as in multiple different items or mostly clothing? That would be the curious one.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
Catherine says, crayons, notebooks, pens, pencils, erasers.
Okay. Crayons, notebooks,
pens, pencils, erasers.
I have Hooked on Pickin pens. I should put those on.
Good. Well, I'm thinking we can maybe do a lot.
Yeah.
You know, like crayons, notebooks, pens, pencils, erasers. Let's see. Jacqueline says, yes, reseller boxes.
Okay.
Jacqueline says, brand is not as important as fitting and comfort.
Yep.
Okay. I just don't know. Does it fit good?
Yeah, it does. I've worn some Yetley clothes. I love them.
Okay, Fat Girl Sewing says, don't limit plus size. Look for more 3X, 4X, 5X. Hate it when things only go up to 2X. I think they had 3X. I don't know if they had 4X or 5X on that particular brand, but I will look into that.
Yetley fit comfortably, though. Like,
you want to put down 3X, 4X, 5X?
Yeah,
Let's see if I can find that. The Nicety Seller says, brand matters if you're reselling for a large profit. Oh, yeah. I agree. Yeah. I agree. Golf Rain says, the phone accessory boxes did good last time you did them.
Oh, yeah. We did do phone accessory boxes.
You want to write that down? Yep. Phone accessory boxes?
Because I can usually always get those.
Yep. I think those were selling for just barely what we paid for them, though. I think was kind of the... We've had a couple of those where... By the time you priced them, you're like, and the amount of time you put into it, you're like, well, we're making our money back, but we're not really making a whole lot of money. But we'll see. Debbie, did I go down?
Too far?
Here they are. Debbie says, jewelry and holiday seasonal.
Ooh, yes. You guys love that Christmas stuff.
Jewelry and holiday seasonal.
We're gonna have some awesome Christmas stuff when we start selling Christmas stuff, because I got a guy. Woo! We got some.
Scott, you're amazing, Scott. Scott says after Tuesday you can start selling autographed self photos.
Yes.
Scott, you're ambitious, my friend.
Yes.
So I hope the show does well, but I have no clue. I think it's fun.
I think it's fun.
I think it'd be fun to watch.
We would do
it's
it
kind
again.
of got a Storage Wars feel to it, but I don't know.
I like Storage Wars.
I like Storage Wars too, but I don't know. Did any of them become a big star? Not. I don't know. Not exactly.
I think with Storage Wars though, like we're not as eccentric. I think we're a little like everybody on the show is a little bit more down to earth.
I don't know. It's just normal people just trying to make a
buck,
make a dollar or two, and most of them it's a side job, just trying to help. Or I think almost all of us have kids, and so that we're trying to. Keep surviving as a family.
I know Steve and Steph, their kids are grown, I think.
Are they?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
And then the family flips, they have young kids.
Yeah, theirs are younger than ours.
I think they homeschool.
They may.
Like, they're super ambitious. Way more ambitious than me.
Linda says, I received my ring I got off the fire sale Tuesday. I absolutely love it.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Luella says clothing.
Okay, got it.
Michelle says different items for reseller boxes.
Okay.
Susan Van says office supplies.
Ooh, we get office supplies pretty regularly.
I know we do. Michelle says, I would love a school/teacher box. I am homeschooling my 2 kiddos. I would love a box of supplies.
Ooh. I'm gonna go hit up my friend and start making some boxes.
Yeah. Michelle says, I would love Christmas stuff. I usually go all out, but this year I want to really do it up for the kiddos. Christmas stuff.
Michelle, you need to meet our friend Ashley.
Oh my goodness, Ashley's got it all.
She drives her husband crazy with all her Christmas.
I think he enjoys it secretly.
I think he secretly
Ashley Llewellyn says, yay, Scott. Yeah. Michelle says Storage Wars. They're competing the same stuff, so it's more drama. Yeah. I guess that would be a little bit of a difference. So ours is more of, oh crud, we got our delivery now. What's really in the box?
What did we really get?
That's the way it feels almost every time we do it. So
you guys are gonna watch the show and go, hey, we already watched this.
It's almost exactly what we do. Much higher production value, I tell you that.
A little bit higher.
They do make it. They've done a great job.
Yeah.
Making it look good.
Yep.
Yep. If there's anything else that you guys want, let us know.
Hey, this is an awesome list. I'm definitely going to look into this. I would love to put some reseller boxes together just because we are able to buy in such high volume at such low cost that I think that we could probably just make maybe a smidge on each reseller box and not gouge you guys.
That's the hard time.
So we don't want, that's the big thing, is I don't want to gouge anybody. I don't want to rip anybody off. I want to make sure whatever I do send in a reseller box, you legitimately can make money. And so this Monday, I've got a box that I'm unboxing that someone sent me.
Yeah, that was cool. I think that's probably the first time.
It's a viewer box. It's a reseller box that she was doing on Poshmark, I think.
Right.
And so I actually unboxed what she sent to me and kind of went through the condition and the pricing and stuff like that. So that was really fun. So if you guys have anything like that, feel free. I would love to be able to do a segment on Hooked on Pickin' like once a week, or
viewer mail.
Fun things that get sent to us that we will unbox on our channel. So if you guys are interested in that, go ahead and start shooting some stuff and we'll do a segment. We maybe start once a month and then maybe jump it to however frequently we get stuff.
She even sent us a thank you note in the box and everything.
It was awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. So check that out on Monday because it's really fun. We do have a Honcho Wholesale box coming out this weekend that has some really, really fancy stuff in it. And then tomorrow, don't forget, we've got the noon fire sale, noon Central Standard Time, which is about now. Yeah, it's noon right now. So this time tomorrow, we're going to do the fire sale. I probably will put out some sort of a how to buy on the fire sale segment so that we can refer people to it, and that's actually a great idea. But so tomorrow we will have a bunch of stuff for sale on the fire sale, maybe some stuff you haven't even yet seen, so that'll be kind of fun.
Yeah, let's see here. More suggestions that people have given.
Great.
My mother says, I love my bird feeder and hummingbirds.
Yeah, do you remember the mosaic bird feeder we sold on the fire sale?
It's kind of unique.
We actually unboxed 2 of them, but
Yeah.
Mom got one.
That's
what you
right.
get for being the mom of Paul.
That's
you
right.
get stuff free of charge from
that I get from a
unboxing.
liquidation box. I'm such a good son.
She loves it though. Stop, she didn't have to pay anything for it.
Anyway.
Someone bought the other bird feeder.
When I think of a bird feeder or hummingbird stuff, I just instantly just set that aside for Mom.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. Pam Bilgram says, crayons might melt in shipping right now.
Ooh, good call.
I did not think of that.
Put an ice pack in there.
Michelle says, hi, Mama Hooks. Maria says, for teachers, here's another list.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
This is a great list. Red pens.
Yes.
And then highlighters. And then stickers. Tissue paper.
Like, is it Kleenex or just tissue paper?
I don't know.
Okay.
And then sanitizer.
Ooh.
That might be great this year.
Yep.
If you can get it. That might be harder right now. Mom's saying, hi, Michelle. Michelle says, you have a P.O. box? No. We just have an address.
Nope. We just have a regular address.
If you want to send something, just contact Heather. And she'll send you our address.
Yep.
Go to Hooked on
If you've
Pickin.
received anything from Hooked on Pickin, just use that address.
Oh, yeah. And you would have
If
that
you've ever
too.
bought from Hooked on Pickin, you can use that address.
Yep.
But if you don't know it, shoot me a message.
Ashley says, I love the homeschooling and teacher boxes. My sister's a teacher, and lots of parents are teaching their children with online learning.
Ooh, yes.
That could be good. That could be good.
Well, and the cool thing is I just got school supply lists for my kids, and so I could probably potentially make a school supply box and then add some of these teacher options in there.
Yeah.
So I'll just go down through their list.
I'm just wondering if we could buy the stuff cheap enough to actually make money on it.
I think we could.
Sometimes like a box of crayons aren't that much, right?
No, but when you, like, we have a friend who bought like 600
Oh, that's right.
like notebooks and stuff, and they were
Notebooks I know I can get cheap right now.
like 2 cents a piece.
Right.
So maybe we can kind of work with him.
Let's see. Debbie says, like I said before, Heather, some boxes of what you deem unsellable as bent and dent, damage, and baby bundles. So baby bundles, and then would you guys really be interested in the stuff that we think are scratch and dent? Would you really be interested in that stuff? Like if we made salvage bundles?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe some people, maybe a crafter would like it. I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff that we don't sell just because of time, too.
Mm-hmm. Scott says, first rule of liquidation buying, Mom gets first tips.
Yep. Absolutely. Scott knows what's right.
Yes. KOH Merchandise says, I'm so excited to watch the A&E show. Maybe reseller packaging boxes might be a good idea. Unique tissue paper, tape boxes, poly mailers, and stickers, etc.
Oh, like a reseller bundle.
Yep.
Oh.
Write it down, Heather.
Like
Write
a
it
starter
down.
kit almost.
Fat Girl Sewing says, I would suggest getting a P.O. box, especially if you want viewer mail sent to you.
Yeah.
We live in a small town.
Yep.
Even if we had a P.O. box, it'd still arrive here.
It would.
Mary says, try us, show the dents. Try us, show the dents.
Oh, yeah. So if they want a dent one,
Yeah.
we'll throw it in a reseller box. We might do that.
Might. I don't know. Maybe somebody's...
I've got totes I'm looking at right in front of me going, well, if you want one of those, I got plenty of that.
Oh,
So-
goodness. Let's see here. Deborah says, I always have trouble reselling anything that isn't brand new. I know, that's...
I do too. That's my issue.
I would
but
prefer it be
you know
with
what?
tags.
Some of you guys are really creative with the scratch and dent stuff. So maybe
We
I
had a
will do
lady come up and want to buy something.
that. Drones.
No, the artist. We had something. She came up and she bought a ton of it, and it was all broken. But she makes mosaics out of them and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like a, I don't know, for
Crafter.
our area, a little bit more of a famous artist. And she was pulled up stuff that she showed us a few pictures that
It
were
was
actually
amazing.
hanging in museums and things. I'm like, I can't believe that. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
So let's see, repurpose, baby. That's what Mary says, repurpose, baby. Ashley says, sell bent and dent items individually. That way different people can buy things they're interested in.
That's good. That's a good idea.
Mary says, yup, craft lots. Very cool.
Yeah, like I had someone buy the air fryer with a broken handle.
Yeah. Yeah, they just contacted us and offered us money. I honestly...
we were not going to sell it at all.
Like, yeah, what do you do with that thing?
That was going to get thrown in the salvage pile.
Yeah.
so
it was probably going to go to recycle. To the Boy Scouts do the recycle drives.
If you ever see something that we're like, I don't know if we're going to sell that, shoot us a message. Because
contact, we'll probably sell it to you. So dirt cheap too.
We have got curtain rods galore in one of our pallets I'm looking at. And we don't generally sell the curtain rods because they're a nightmare to ship. But if you want curtain rods, let us know.
Yep.
Got every shape or size.
Golf Rain says, you still do thrift shop vlogs. It's been a while, but we occasionally do them. Usually that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
Usually he goes and does all the filming and then I put it all together.
Yep.
So.
I love that.
Yeah.
For a while we weren't able to go because all the thrift shops were shut down. They're open now. Let's see. Don't forget the knives.
Yes, the knives. I mean the knives.
Don't forget the knives.
The knives.
So just put all the knives on Hooked on Pickin. Hopefully you'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
Same prices that you would get them on the fire sale. Actually, they're a penny lower.
They are a penny lower.
Keeping everything 99, you know?
Okay, so if you want knives, go ahead and check out our knives. They're not in a specific section yet. I haven't created that yet. But if you just type in knife, all of them will pipe up. Pipe up? Pop up. They'll pipe up and say, buy me. No, they'll pop up. And so don't forget, fire sale tomorrow, noon. If you want to buy on the fire sale, you must send me your contact information. We have not yet had the person with the watch pay, so I'm sad about that. But we will probably be putting it back on the fire sale if they do not pay in another week. So if you don't pay within a couple weeks, then your stuff gets basically unboxed and put usually on other platforms. So anyway, thank you for all the ideas. We're definitely going to take these food for thought and be putting some of these things. I think Paul's going to put in an order for that wholesaler and see if we can get some cute women's tops in plus sizes to make available on our store. We're definitely, the reseller bundle I love, where we can put tape and poly bags and all of the things, and maybe even put a list of where I acquire the tape and poly bags and stuff. So once you get that box, if you like those items. But I like the reseller bundle starter kit. That would be awesome. Maybe it'll include some of my tips and tricks too in there if I decide to put that in there. I love all of these ideas. I'm definitely going to try to work on that. So thank you so much for everybody who watched, and we will see you on the fire sale at noon tomorrow Central Standard Time. Be looking for the A&E show on Tuesday. And don't forget, we've got all the knives for sale on Hooked on Pickin'. And remember, in the end, Jesus wins.